Welcome back, everybody. Grand Tactician, Civil War. I'm Grandma Grandpa Gaming. It's going to be episode 1 of our Rebel July of 61 campaign using the a.o.m mod. And yes, the a.o.m mod is back on the menu, boys. I do so love this mod. I'm glad John is back doing it, watching this video. Thank you for continuing on with the mod. As I said, we're going to start with July 1961. As Confederates, I have the difficulty set to very hard. We are locked into the Old Dominion, King Cotton, and Native allies due to the mods. There's no other choices available to us. We have order delays on, fog of war, readiness system. Feuds are turned off because it's more detrimental to the AI than it is to the automatic. Is definitely going to be turned off. Background. The bombardment of Fort Sumter in Charleston Harbor, South Carolina, ignited the American Civil War on April 12, 1861. After President Lincoln's call for 75,000 militia to serve for 3 months, a few days later, further slave states seceded from the Union. North Carolina, Virginia, Arkansas, and Tennessee all eventually joined the Confederate States of America, while Missouri and Kentucky declared neutrality in the conflict. Union General-in-Chief Field Scott's anti-counter plan hasn't put into motion. The plan emphasizes the blockade of southern ports, calls for an advance down the Mississippi River to cut the South in two. Seen as passive and slow, Scott's critics wanted more direct action. Lincoln's 3-month militia contracts expire soon. The pressure to use the mustered army is immense. So far, fighting has been small in scale. In May, the Union Navy bombarded coastal artillery in Virginia with little effect. The Union advance in western parts of Virginia has lifted Northern spirits. General George McClellan being a small Confederate force in the first field battle of the war at the Battle of Philippi on June 3rd. General Robert Patterson's Pennsylvania troops defeating General Thomas Stonewall Jackson's Confederates in the Battle of Hope's Run on July 2nd. Missouri, the aggressive Union General Nathaniel Lyon ordered General Sterling Price's attempt to take control of Missouri with his Missouri State Guard, defeating him in the Battle of Boonesville, then suffering a defeat in the Battle of Carlisle on July 5th. Confederates have made their defensive preparations by moving 2 of their largest armies to North Virginia. General Joseph E. Johnston is guarding the mouth of the Shenandoah Valley, while the hero of Fort Sumter, General P.G.T. Beauregard, has deployed his army to the Potomac close to Washington, D.C., at a railroad junction called Manassas. All along the eastern coast, Confederates held fortifications guard the ports, providing open lifelines to Europe. Also, right along the Mississippi is taken seriously, fortifying being built south and west of Kentucky along the Tennessee and Mississippi rivers. So far, the Confederate States have been able to hold its own. They've even started building a new kind of iron-plated warship from the wreck of the USS Merrimack, captured Norfolk and Gosport shipyards fell to Confederates. Washington, D.C. stands the Army of Northeastern Virginia. General Irvin McDowell pointed to lead. The President of the United States is eager to have the Army move down south to defeat the rebels to the end of the crisis by Christmas.
Session, once taken, can never be recalled. We and our posterity shall see our lovely South desolated by the demon of war. Alexander Stephens, Vice President of the Confederate States of America. Chapter 2, The Demon of War. The election of Abraham Lincoln, an anti-slavery Republican, as the 16th President of the United States was the last straw, triggering secession. One by one, Southern slave states declared secession from the Union and formed the Confederate States of America, led by President Jefferson Davis. This secession ignited the inevitable escalation, with fruitless efforts to still find a political compromise falling on deaf ears. Advocates of armed insurrection and fire eaters roam the states with steel in their eyes, and the public is aroused to volunteer, to fill the ranks, to quell the rebellion, and to preserve the Union or to secure independence from it. Following open hostilities, President Lincoln's militia call for 75,000 volunteers for 3 months' service, sparks incredulous protest and loud outcry among the southern states. And these sparks set on fire the irreversible, more states secede. Now it's war. 75,000, 100,000, and even more. Soon, the largest armies seen on American soil muster, drill, and prepare for war. A war that is to be neat, short, and limited. The whole matter would be settled by Christmas. But a dark shadow would loom over the growing and inexperienced armies. Without a swift and decisive blow from the very offset of the war, there's every chance of a long, confused, and disorganizing civil war, and even foreign powers may feel a desire to take a hand therein. The time is ticking for the newborn Confederacy. The Union must act. The demon of war has awakened.
All right. I always do enjoy those videos. I just can't get enough. No matter how many times I see the videos that Lionheart Filmworks has done for this game, I just can't get enough of seeing them. I do like them. They give a good overview of what is happening. Obviously, we just saw the Chapter 2 video. There's no Chapter 1 video, as with the a.o.m mod, you cannot start in the spring prior to the war beginning. And there's a good reason for that. It kind of helps the AI a little bit. Keeping things from getting confusing for it. It's better to start in the summer. We're going to do a little campaign setup here. Take a look at what armies we have in the field. And then we're going to fight the first battle of Manassas. We are not going to be recruiting any viewer units until a certain policy is unlocked. We'll go over that here in a second. First off, we're going to look at strategy. Scott's in charge of the Federals. Beauregard's in charge of our people. National morale is at 92-94 respectively. Support's at 87-97 respectively. Morale of the arms is even on at 97. They got 29 little states to our 16. They have 113,856 men in the field to our 105,549. Naval tonnage-wise, I got 130,880 tons to our 32,110. We actually have quite a few ships. I was just taking a look at that. Military experience are 12 to our 13. Battles won 9 to 11. Total casualties 760 for the Federals, 2,642 for us. European relations, we are sitting at 19. Trade warfare, 2.8 million to our 0. Economy 257.2 to our 82.1. So the game considers us evenly matched. And one thing that did happen today is the Indian Territory did join the Confederacy, as we have the Indian Allies unlocked. Military, we're not going to go over the armies just yet. More fleets. Go over weapons. So we do have a massive shortage of weapons right now. We don't have any of the policies unlocked. We got 3,000 Augustins, 22,000 Springfields, 22 pieces of 12-pounder field guns, 11 pieces of 12-pound iron Napoleons, 4 pieces of 12-pound Napoleons, 3,000 Springfield musketoons, 9,000 reboard muskets, 1.2 thousand Hawken types plain rifles, 3,000 Derringer 1817 rifled muskets, 450 pieces of Whitworths, 794 of the. Why do we have Richmonds already? We can't produce those, I don't think. It says not produced. Okay. Yeah, 1.5 thousand pieces of Mississippi rifles, which we can order more of these. I think we're going to order a batch of 10,000 these right off the bat. Anything I can order, I'm going to order. I want Augustins. Yeah, no, I can't order them yet. Can't order these, or can. I can order Hawkins? Really? Let me order them. I'm going to order them. Derringers cannot order those. Can order Lorenz's. Enfields we cannot order. Springfield rifle muskets, no. 6-pound Wyards. 6 pieces of 12-pound Blakely's. 1 20-pound Parrott. Does us no good. 2 14-pounder Jameses. 4 10-pounder Parrots. 1,000 Colt 1855s, 11 pieces of 24-pound howitzer, and I can order more of these. I'm not a fan of using the howitzers. 13 pieces of 12s. 525 holes, 900 M19, M1819s, not 1918s. Said that backwards. 840 pieces of Smith 1857, 840 Burnsides. Yeah, as you can see, we just have. I shouldn't be going over every number, but see, we're just short on everything. Maybe we just got an order for 20,000 weapons, and that's perfect. Finances, we're just gonna be struggling for a while. Let's pump policy money all the way up. Economy, we'll leave where it is. Agriculture, we're gonna be pumping up. Industry, not really. Leave it there, 2 million. Military, that's going to go all the way up. And diplomacy is going to go all the way up for now. Once we see what's going on monetarily once the game kicks off. Policy-wise, first thing we're going to pop off on. There's a lot of things we want all at once, but first thing we're going to do is pop off on Militia Act 2. Enact lengthening the contracts of new volunteer units to 2 years. Longer contracts allow units to remain in the Army enough time for them to become more effective in battle. Recruitment quotas are increased, which is something we desperately need right now because we actually have no troops available for recruitment. So I can actually not recruit any of the viewer units until this act is complete in 37.9 days. Once this act is complete, we'll begin recruiting the viewer units. As soon as that is done, we will actually be jumping straight down into Militia Act 3, which is the permanent increase in the field time of the soldiers. As soon as that is done, we'll be moving into diplomacy so I can start ordering some overseas weapons. And then we'll go into the funding. Not sure if we're going to do... We should do diplomacy first and then funding. We can figure out the funding once we're actually able to buy stuff. Projects. A lot of this stuff is now locked behind what you get done in the policies, which is something I agree with. You just can't go down the line, oh, I want this, this, and that. You actually have to unlock the policy first to get some of these things now, which is something I do like. One of the first things we were going to take is where to go. There it is. Cotton is king. Make the Europeans like us a little bit more. Trade deals. I think that's all we can take for now from that side. And we're going to take cast artillery right off the bat so we can start making 12-pound Napoleons. It looks like we could unlock cavalry carbines. Finance mass production, rapid fire, and short range cavalry carbines of different types. All these weapons have been in production already in the 1850s, but as their use and hence demand has remained low, the number of these weapons has remained limited. So we're going to unlock that. Doesn't tell me which ones I'm able to make, though. Let's go take a quick look back at weapons. So I'm going to order some carbines. Figure out what we're able to get. Order those. Order those. Order some Frank Wessons. Order some Burnsides. Smith 1857s. It gets 9 rounds a minute. This one gets 7. It's 10 yards longer. It's 9 rounds and 275 yards. Accuracy mediocre. Everything is mediocre accuracy, so I think I'll just order the Frank Wessons. They're all about the same. But they do chomp through ammunition pretty quick. I'm going to order 10,000 of those. We're not going to need 10,000 of those, but I'm going to order them projects we just did. Buildings production we need to look at. All right, armies that we have in the field right now. Obviously, the Army of the Potomac, Army of Shenandoah right here as we're about to fight Battle of First Manassas. We have the Western Army under McCullough. Missouri State Guard under Price. Army of the Northwest under William Loring, facing off against the Mountain Department out in Western Virginia. Army of the Peninsula under Magruder. Department of Western Florida under Bragg. Department No. 2 under Hardee. Indian Army under Albert Pike. Army of the Kanawha out in Western Virginia. Army of Eastern Tennessee under Crittenden. Army of Texas under Sibley. Department of South Carolina under States Rice Gitzt. Western Department under Leonidas Polk. Department of Richmond under Gustavus Smith. Department of Norfolk under Hughie. District of Louisiana under Lovell. And Department of Alabama under Withers. A lot of these departments are going to get combined down. There is no point in keeping them like that. Also, do have to go through and empty out some of these garrisons. As we get recruitment unlocked, I'm probably going to empty out some brigades and some of these I'm not worried about, but the artillery is going to be coming out of some of them to go to my new armies. And we do have quite a few fleets already. It looks like we do have 2 ironclads available to us. One in Vicksburg, one in the James River. So that one in Vicksburg is going to get pulled out to go to the one in the James River. And hopefully we can secure the Chesapeake for ourselves. But I'm kind of doubtful of that. Trying to keep this secure from the Federals is kind of a losing game. So it is easier to, as I've done previously, kind of clear out the Gulf and work your way up the coast once you have enough forces available to yourself ship-wise. I think that covers all of that, so let's go fight the first battle, Bull Run. They stopped marching at us. Yes, they did. So, we're going to march at them. We're going to get this fight happening. And they immediately moved away from us. Okay. That's a little odd. Okay, well, not going to be really doing anything until I get, I guess I'm going to start combining down those other outside corps with each other and, figure out how we're going to bring McDowell to heel and get him into a fight. I mean, I think he does outnumber us. Yeah, we'll see what goes on. All right, we have finally run down McDowell's army. It took a little bit, but we finally got it done. It only took an extra day to do, but we're not actually exactly fighting at Manassas anymore. The Army of Northeastern Virginia, under command of McDowell, commanding 32,558 infantry, 597 cavalry, and 51 guns. Against our Army of the Potomac and Army of the Shenandoah with 30,321 infantry, 2,300 cavalry, and 57 guns. Well, let's get in there and put these boys to flight. Welcome, my grunts, to the first battle of Manassas. So we actually didn't end up on the Manassas battlefield. I didn't think we were going to get it. And we're coming in from 2 separate locations. Army Shenandoah is already on the field. We're coming in from Stewart's Hill and up here along the Braddock Road north of Centerville. Federals coming in from down here at McLean's Ford. So one of the things that's going on in this battle is I did not mess with the composition of these 2 forces. As all these brigades, some of these are regiments, some are brigades, some of these are separate regiments, some of these are brigades with regiments in them. And troops are still forming. They're still on their way to their front, so they're not part of the army yet. So I've not messed with the composition of these forces So far, I was waiting for this battle to play out. So this is going to be a little bit of a rougher battle as everybody's basically taking the orders directly from Beauregard and Johnston. So a little harder on that front. So my plan for this fight is get these brigades forward, immediately secure Matthews Hill and the Robinson House, and get the fences set up along Farm Ford, Stone Bridge, and along this ridge line here facing this way. They're coming in from McLean Ford. They come up this way. They can come down this way. We don't know which way they're going to go initially. But we'll get these forces, this half of the Army of the Potomac up this way, and this half down this way. Then the Army of Shenandoah will come down into Centerville and wait and see where the Federals decide to engage us. And I'll have them come in on the rear of the Federal forces. Hopefully. Hopefully they just don't come out and attack this force. That would just throw everything into confusion, as I would not be able to support them in time from these forces. So, I'm going to get my troops in motion, and I'll come on back in once we have contact with the Federals. All right, it is now 1957. We do have the first Federal forces sighted approaching Island Ford. They're moving in along this road here and this road here, judging by dust trails, which really works out for me. I'm hoping they do not shift up. They do have forces headed up that way. So we got some men heading for Balls Ford, probably up towards the Stone Bridge. I had already given orders for some of the units to shift into this direction. Those the orders for the Demi Brigade too. Got there Bonham with Mississippi's, Ewell with Derringers, Early with mixed muskets. But he's in the center, that's fine. Cook's over here with mixed smooth bores, but I think we have some Federals approach. Yep, there they are. Dust trails right there approaching along that road. They are kind of all over the place on this approach. Should be losing daylight here at about 2100, so it's going to be a short fight at the start of the day, possibly. So where I moved the Army to Shenandoah to right up here is really a good attack line for them across this open ground right here, depending on what's back this way. So yeah, Federals are a little more spread out than we are. Probably should start shifting Jones' brigade down. No, I got the cavalry coming Lewis and Balls Ford, the second down at Balls, fourth up here at Lewis. Now, where's the fourth going? Oh, they're part of the Demi Brigade. That's why. Okay. I think Virginia should be enough. We have the Hampton Legion up here. I sent to secure Matthews Hill, so we can actually bring them down. We don't need them up there. Start coming in over here as a reserve. And we'll let these guys cross the ford, and then we'll start punching into them. One of the things with the a.o.m. mod, as you can see, some of these brigades already have their flags instead of earning them, as they have their flags they're supposed to have for the units. No, it doesn't show up here. They are on the map already. Normally you'd also see them over here with a little flag icon. Too far from the road for us to engage. Yes. Artillery, they're coming up still. And we do have men coming towards Balls Ford, 2nd Virginia. We're going to need you to dismount. bit closer. Austin, let's put your guys right out here in the open. See if we can't get a reaction. Leave this cavalry brigade where it is for right now to hand over light dragoons. I might be able to bring them in on a rear attack. There's nobody behind these two brigades. There is. There's another dust trail. There's more back here. Advance forward. Really, we'll still be on the high ground. Louisiana Tigers, so it'll be helpful. They start out as Zawab. Yeah, they are Zawab Brigade. Problem is, all these orders coming in directly from the general makes things a little harder. And they're cutting up the woods towards Stone Bridge. They're moving to engage my brigade. Are they? No. All right, first shot's out. Stand there and engage them. Engage also. You hit this brigade. You got them in a nice little crossfire right there. It's kind of ripping this brigade apart right there. We can rip them down one brigade at a time very quickly. We might win this battle before the day is finished. Tigers, I need you to move out on the flank over here. We gotta wait until these brigades are cleared out. These guys are actually moving into a battle line. We got two brigades facing off the bottom. I need this brigade cleared off so we can turn Early's brigade onto their flank. Battery's moving in position. Coke. Engage that battery. 4th Virginia. Get on their flank. Looks like they're no longer cutting through the woods, but coming down towards the fighting. Washington artillery, come onto these heights. Holmes Longstreet, we're going to lead there for now. Jones, I need you to come down here and support the 2nd Virginia. You guys got right on top of Bonham. Are they charging in? Yep. Early, turn your brigade. North Virginia, keep at it. I'm going after that artillery next. They're already broken. Go after the 2nd U.S. Artillery. Bottom, hold your position, please. Beauregard, he's back there. Not too far away. Hand to hand with them. Wide. There we go. Going on here. Back at long range. North Virginia just broke us. That really shouldn't have happened, but it did. Early swinging over here. Ewell swinging over there. Tigers advance to here. South Carolina. Yep. Stokes Brigade just broke. Over here. What the hell's going on? That. Federal's still back here. No, I think they might have double timed them forward. Oh, there's the end of the day. All right, perfect. So let's bring you up to right here. We're going to advance you straight into the rear of these forces over here. They kind of want you here. Almost alongside. We're going to set up right in this tree line. The artillery. So I want you guys over here so I can push you right out into the open. Legion. He's coming right here next to Bonham. Hopefully his morale is improved overnight. Early right behind you as reserve with those smooth bores. What are you guys armed with? You guys do have rifles. Bores laid down. Tigers. Part of the Demi Brigade. Let's get you boys lined up properly. Note the Union's probably not going to be here, but we're going to set up as if they are. Right in range to cause some havoc. Coke. You take a little bit of a beating. I'm going to leave you right here. Communal wood line should be good for you. Ewell. What Ewell? I want you up here where Coke is. Coke, we're gonna have you sit back here in reserve until your cohesion improves. Artillery not gotten in position quite yet, but let's get them in position right now. Good sighting right there. Virginia. Don't know if they built this fort or not, but you guys can sit right there and watch it. They may have built those pontoons. They may not build those pontoons. We're not going to know quite yet. Hanover Light, you can stay right where you are. I want to keep these guys here or here. Actually, you know what? Let's bring you boys up here. Put everybody up in one big grand battery. Some very excellent sight lines. So they can get to work very easily. And you know what? We're going to bring everybody over here. As much as I want them over here in the woods, Beauregard's forces should be, Johnston's forces should be in the to position fairly quickly. Let's hit play and see what happens. Oh, and they're all right there. That's even better. Johnston, forward the men. Let's get on that flank. Wait, how the hell do they have Gatlings already? What the? They have Gatlings already? Did they build those pontoons? They did build the pontoons. It's a good thing I put these troops here. Goons. As advanced, and that brigade sit in reserve. You guys are not doing so hot. Tigers, come engage that flank. Looks like it's going to be decided right here. Everybody's first battle, so I'm going to take a lot of casualties. Looks we tighten up on that. Boys start swinging around this way. This will affect their morale. Stable but still disrupted. The rest of these forces are not advancing, so I don't need to go out and engage them. Just gotta wait for Johnston to get in position. And Holmes broke. Can you push into position right here, please? Almost there. Got them at 5,000 casualties already to our just under 2,000. Oh. Goes Jones Brigade. Get those orders, push down in. Bonham, can we engage this battery? We can. Come on, you boys. Push forward and engage. Push forward and engage. A bunch of crayon eaters. Don't have to worry about them. Let's go. And it looks like they are beginning to withdraw. One thing you know is I don't actually have the tickers on for this campaign because I've always played with the tickers. It's going to be the first campaign where I play without them. Battles shouldn't be as drawn out as they usually are. Massive, massive amounts of casualties. It's going to be a little more realistic, I think. Go get me this artillery before they get away, please. Figures you turn on them also. Legion, start pushing in. The intent is to cause some casualties. Johnson, battle's over before 6 a.m. Broken brigade, no, stand and engage them. There you go. 12 minutes on the retreat. Put a volley into them, they're probably going to retreat right through us, so we should be able to grab a bunch of cats that way. Oh, they're going to stand and fight. Where's Virginia? I'll show them the error of their ways. Give me that artillery. Get me those guns. We need them. We have a distinct lack of artillery right now. It's decent artillery. Cavalry break? No, it did not. All right. Get out of there. Get out of there before those guys show up. You caught in a crossfire. Johnston, too far back. Virginia, get mounted. Give me that battery. Yep, there we go. Nice, easy little fight there for first Manassas. Took out 5,100 of their 34,000 infantry, 250 of their 600 cavalry. We got 35 of their 55 guns. A loss of 5,500 of their 35,000 men. We lost 1,681 of our 30,315 infantry, 229 of our 2,303 cavalry, 4 of our 57 guns, total loss of 1,931 of our 33,443. Good thing is I did get the first battle jitters out of some of these troops. I'm not going to have a chance to combine down some of these forces from the separate regiments into full-on units. Quickly inspect the battlefield. Let's save this real fast in case of a bug. I want to see some of these units did. Army Shenandoah only got some shots in there at the end. Stonewall Brigade did 181. 1st Virginia did 25. The infantry captured 66 for 91. 272 total for them. This wasn't enough time for them to get into position. Brooklyn Dragoons did not fight. Hanover Light did 8 infantry. 79 artillery captured 41. Artillery dude. Yeah. Don't really have good guns, so. Alright, we get closed out of here. Now let's see who gets famous and who gets defamed. Battle of Manassas Junction has ended with the Army Northeastern Virginia retreating in panic. My command has earned us a total victory. The enemy army running for their lives. Enemy reportedly suffered total casualties of 5,702 men. There were 632 killed and 865 captured. Our casualties totaled 1,931 men, with 219 killed, 812 missing, and the rest wounded. We captured 2,200 rifles and 12 guns from the field and sent 820 soldiers down to our prison camps. Or they have been paroled, as we have no prison camps. My bad. Haven't even built any yet. Now, Colonel Mumford did lose face, so he's going to have to be replaced. And General Schenck from the federal side has lost face also. Mumford did not deserve that. Does not deserve the defaming, but it is what it is. We're going to replace him immediately. And it looks like they burned down the depot on me. See, there's a lot of forces that are just not in the army yet. A lot of it's separate batteries, which, like, all these batteries here have all got to get combined down at some point. 4th Virginia, that's Mumford. Place you. Cavalry officer. Chambliss, you're up. So I'm not going to start combining down these units until everybody's in the army. I did start combining because they're just too close to a combat area right here. I did combine down the, right before this action, the Indian Army and the Army of Texas into the Indian Army. So they're consolidating now. It's completely a cavalry corps, 1 battery. I'm going to be using them to do some raiding out here in the west. And it's all separate regiments and not brigades. So Missouri State Guard and this army should get combined down. Guard and the Western Army should get combined. Definitely got to get combined. Western Army's a lot of cavalry. Yeah, I'm going to take Price out of command of Missouri State Guard. I'm going to transfer them into the Western Army. They should only take the 1 day. These guys are still a month away. And we're also going to combine down the Department of West Florida with the Department of Alabama. Bragg, you're losing your command. No big loss there. I don't have any personal feelings about Bragg. None whatsoever. Create some new commands here to get that straightened out. I also believe Army Northwest needs to get combined. They only have 886 men right now. They're facing off against a mountain department of 7,000 men. So we're just going to transfer all these men into the Army to Kanawha. Loring's command. They're all separate brigades, too. This is going to be a mess. Department of Richmond and the Army of the Peninsula should get combined. That's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to add the Department of Richmond into the Army of the Peninsula. Once they're ready to go, I'm going to send them straight at Fortress Monroe. There's no point in letting the Union hang on to that for too long. Department of Richmond is holding on to a lot of men they do not need. And Norfolk, we're going to leave you there for now untouched. I'm probably going to transfer the North Carolina men into you. I may end up sending them out west this way. Department number 2 probably needs more troops. And the Western Department, definitely. I'm going to hold off on those transfers. Wait to see who needs those men the most. Let's get this battle rolled off. One of the things I never try to do is run the game above X5 because it can become a little hairy for the AI and yourself as stuff moves around very fast and jumps on a map and you lose sighting of it. It did burn down the depot, and that's an issue. Here comes the Army of Shenandoah, 20,000 men. Two armies of the Shenandoah facing off at each other. That's burning down, so we're going to start building another depot. We're going to need it over here. I feel I'm going to be doing a lot of fighting over here. All right, so I do believe this is a good place to end this episode, just to see how you guys, how I'm going to be playing out this campaign. One of the things I did not do was set out an overall objective for this campaign. I'm just going to kind of wing this one and see how it plays out. Base my movements off of the north. I don't have any grand strategies like I usually do, like invading Maine or something like that. Thinking possibly with my plans for the west, this might end up being my focal point out here, but I'm not sure yet. Said, for the regular viewers, there's no viewer units in yet, as we do have to wait for that first policy to unlock for us so we get more men. It's going to take another 34 days in game. Another 49 days for policy number 3. So it's going to be a little while before I get the viewer units in. And as a reminder, everybody, if you would like a unit in one of my armies, please let me know in the comments below. Type unit, state is from, weapons, uniform, and officer, and I'll oblige on all counts if possible. Once again, it is going to take a while to get these units into the army. And as far as officers are concerned, they're always a first come, first served basis. If the officer you want is already in command of a unit, you are going to get whoever's next available from that home state of that unit. So, once again, if you're a new viewer, return viewer, if you're not yet subscribed, please think about hitting that subscribe button. If you do, remember that bell icon so the next video comes out. Following along in the series, or actually not even following along in the series, the first episode. You did enjoy what you see so far, make sure you put a bayonet into that like button, butt stroke that comment section, and I will see you all at the next episode. Stay grumpy.